Yeah, I mean the City game, particularly in the first, obviously they took the lead in the City game as well, and City were on the back of a bad run by their standards. Jack Grealish, obviously, I always like to ask you because obviously and you know him, you worked with him. He's getting criticism recently. Graham Souness and Stuart Pearce have been criticising in particular. And they've been saying he doesn't offer enough. And I don't know. I mean, I've watched him every single City game since he's signed. They complain about him going sideways. They complain about him going backwards. What do you make of it?
Well, I think they're wrong. I think Graham has done this for a number of years now because he says who would want to be the most foul player in the Premier League? It's obviously because you can't see it early enough and he keeps getting caught on the ball. But I would argue that when you're trying to link the play from back to front, he holds the ball up, Jack. He protects it. And he takes you out the field by getting fouls as well because he gets his big old calves in between him and the opposition. He sits into people. He creates a melee. So what I mean by that is 3 or 4 players around him all the time. And he finds a pass and he releases it inside to Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan last year. You know, he releases it and he creates space elsewhere on the pitch. He's not a Doku. He's not a bottle of pop who's going to run past people and get you off your seat. But he's got ability. He sees a pass. He's clever. And I think that was a big goal. I think he needed a big moment. And even though it was at Kenilworth Road and they expected to beat them, they haven't won in 4. You know, so I was a huge winner for Jack, and I was pleased for him. And I think he will go on from there. No, he is a top player. And I've said it many times. If Gareth Southgate doesn't put him and Phil Foden in the England team, I think we're missing out. And I think you will regret it. You know, you got to go on the front foot. You got to really embroider your strengths, and your strengths are players like that. You know, he really is top drawer. Really is. I would rely on him, and I'm sure Pep does more than Doku. I think Doku is good. I really do. I think he gives them something different. A little bit Leroy Sané-ish, where he's a bit more direct and quick and goes past people, but I think he knows Jack, and I think he trusts him. And I think he likes thinking footballers, and I think that's exactly what Jack Grealish is. I think he knows exactly what the manager wants. I've worked with him. I know. You send him a message, and he takes it onto the pitch. So, no, I can't speak highly enough of him. I think the criticism he gets, I think he will not be bothered about that. I think he will want to roll his sleeves up and prove them wrong.
Yeah,
he's a person that thrives off that as well.
Yeah,
like he'll probably go, yeah, sure, Graham, Stuart, I'll just go and start scoring goals, start getting assists. And the amount of assists and goals he scores in big games speaks for himself. And Pep's not paying 100 million for somebody that just goes sideways. Let's be honest. He'll see it every day in training. He'll see what he does. He'll see he sets standards with himself and how he looks after himself as well. He's there, he's reliable. And as he says, he's a player that always wants the ball. So you are going to get fouled. You'll see players going hiding, but he's not one of them.
He takes it in that tight area. You know, when he takes it with the back to people, he takes the kicks. You know, it can look predictable. It can look a little bit off the left and then go sideways there, but he's doing it for a reason. He's creating that melee. He keeps the ball. He waits for people to come onto him, and then he just releases for other people to have the space. And Alvarez and the like are relishing that at the moment. So, no, I think he's doing a really good job. I really do. I think there's more to it than just when he's got the ball. I think he's a very good thinking man's footballer.